welcome back to the joint on this day at this hour. Me again. Anyways, thank you guys. If you've seen my first video, the introduction video, I did highlight what this channel was about and the sort of things that we will be going into. To further elaborate on that, on today's topic, I will be looking into that whole title, that label, man. You know, that word, man. What is it? What qualifies you as a man? What would make you count yourself as a worthy man? You know, not being judgmental, but just asking. I asked that question. First of all, man is, biologically speaking, an adult male of the human species, with the keyword being adult. Those of us who consider ourselves men, are we adults or operating as adults? If not, why? Because if you aren't, then you're just another male with a pecker, heavy or light, no shame, but banding around there. But you're not really a man. No shade. This channel is to support those who probably don't have that right guide or influence in their lives to help them through the journey, or that could have or should have helped them through their journey, and as such have remained in eternal kidulthood stage. This is for you. This is the place. However, men are expected to be many things. We are expected to be jack of all trade, master of many, and we will always be better than the master of one. So, how have you made your journey into manhood? Or what's that journey like for you? What was it like? How has it continued? Because it never ends. Life is a school. You never stop learning till you pass. So even if you're old, this is for you still. How are you keeping yourself in check, ensuring that you are continually improving and developing on yourself? Make no mistake, you will never be 100% ready for that journey. But the point of this, the point of my talking point, is that you at least have good preparation, or surround yourself with people who would hold you accountable. People who will look you in the eyes and tell you those raw truths that you need to hear. Those things you need to know about you and be aware of. Surround yourself with people who wouldn't, sugarcoat words for you. People who would pull you up and tell you, people who would guide you and point you to the right places. And how else can you do that without synergizing? Because it's still among us, men. And this is where fathers come into play. The first manual any man on earth has on how to be a man is your father. So many of us cannot say that we were not privileged. Some of us were not privileged to have fathers for several reasons. No blames. Life happens. But then what? Are you gonna stay stuck? No, you've got to move on. Because like it or not, at some point, if you're somebody looking to settle down, that spouse of yours would have expectations, and rightly so. You would want to command respect. Okay, how are you going to earn it? I am a fan of one influencing the change and the respect and all of those. Whatever you want to see in your life, I believe we can influence it, but it starts with you. And for that journey to begin, you cannot do it alone. In my profession, it's called lessons learned, where you're developing any new product or working on any new thing of any sort, any project. You look at lessons learned, and what would be lessons learned in relevance to this subject area today? Who do I have around me? Who's that exemplary figure that you have around you that you can look to and say, that's the man I would like to be like? You can start from there. If you don't have one, who is that around your sphere, around your common areas, your common groups? Is it at work or church or your places of faith or gatherings? There must be somebody. And if you don't have any, then start getting out. You can't do this from one spot. You can't do this from your bedroom. No, you have to move. Sacrifice. It's gonna cost you something. And when you find that person, then comes one thing that I wish to highlight in this video: mentorship. A mentor. Someone can mentor you. A mentor is simply a guide, or somebody who, just somebody who provides you guidance and influences you to stay focused, or stay focused in the area that you wish to achieve certain outcomes in your life or in any particular area, anything. Just a mentor is a guide who influences and supports you to achieve a certain desired outcomes in your life. But the point of mentorship could happen two ways, where you don't have a father or uncles or any trusted male figure in your life. Then you can either approach a mentor or observe that mentor from a distance. You don't necessarily have to physically be involved with them, but if you wish to be physically involved with them, disclaimer, for kids or people under the age of 18, I would advise that you get an adult, a responsible, trusted adult. Best one of your parents or both of them if you have both of them, right? Get them involved in that conversation, and please support your sons should they come to you for this reason. If you are a single parent, do not squash this. Do not feel insecure or belittled that your son probably is overlooking you to make a move to learn something from another man, or if you're a woman you feel some type of way or inadequate. Don't block this process. It's about their development. After all, we would claim we love our children, wouldn't we? Now that's the sacrifice you'd have to make for him to be prepared enough for the future. Point is this: when you find a mentor, either you observe from afar, watch that person, how they move, what they do, and how it is to do those things. You like that? Fair enough. Watch and learn. In many cases, the right mentors for you, I say mentors because some people might get emotionally attached to a person because of their way and then stay stuck there. No, that ain't the case. Why have one when you can have many? There are mentors around you everywhere. In fact, if you paid attention, you would find that every day you could actually pick up random mentors who will never know, but you observe people around you. Simply. Great people skills comes into play there, but I'll talk about that later. So the thing is, at the point you identify a mentor, observe them or approach them. If you have a father who's that figure, well done. Congratulations. Latch onto him. Ask questions. Get close. Learn what he knows. Find out and observe him closely to find out what he's done in his younger years, at the age you're at now. If you're an older person, it's a different ball game where you will be observing men within your common circles, your network, the network of men that you actually mix and mingle with. You will be observing them, looking at what they're doing that you're not doing, how they are getting those desired results, or those results that you yourself desire, yet you do not know how to get there. No shade. It's okay. It happens. The point is this: until you identify a need for that growth, you can't then begin to action it. So at the point you start observing those men, at the point you, the younger men, start observing your fathers, asking questions, you will learn from them how they did what you are about to do now, or you are doing. You will learn that the tricks you probably think you're pulling off, they know it all. They've done it. And how best to actually know the outcome of that kind of trick? Ask the man who has done it before. And if they're sincere enough, they can put you through so you know what they did wrong, what they got right, how things panned out as a result of how they approached those situations or those issues, and what you can do to avoid the mistakes that they made, the errors of the past. That's what smart people do. Don't let your ego or pride come into it. The whole idea of thou shalt not tell me this or that, throw that out of the window. The sooner you do that, the better for you. In this current day, there are so many mentorship programs for not necessarily men, but mentorship programs if you wish to have professional mentors and stuff like that. You could also tap into that. And why am I pointing that out? So many of our younger men these days go into schools, tertiary institutions, university, whatever you call it. They go in there thinking that's the point, that you actually study and get to live a wayward life. That's not the truth. If you again have a mentor, they will tell you that that's the point where you stay proactive. You're planning ahead for the life after uni. That's what you do in uni. You don't actually live in uni. You stay ahead of uni by planning for life after uni, making certain sacrifices, learning certain skills, preparing yourself for the sector you want to go into or for the type of things you want to do. Know what those people did, the struggles they encountered, and how they actually overcame those things. But the point is this: having a mentor is important, is primarily important to how you make it into manhood. Because a man who has nobody that he answers to, is a dangerous weapon running loose, waiting to cause havoc on himself for starters, waiting to self-destruct. Men follow structure and hierarchy. We love the one who serves us and we honor the one we serve. It comes in that way: God, man, and further down, right? That's how we are. We're very structural. We're supposed to be the voice of reason. We are leaders, and to be a worthy leader in any small circle, you don't have to. Not all of us will make it into the FTSE 100 companies or become presidents or hold big positions or titles in our communities. It starts from your little circle with your friends, the people around you, how you influence things, what you do, the impact you have in your immediate environment. That's how you actually start exhibiting your leadership skills. You practice these things. Denzel Washington, whom I respect so much, once said, "Each one, take one. When you learn, pay it forward. Remember, there are people behind you who may have the struggles. If you're up there, fantastic. Help the people behind you. If you're right in the middle, look to help the people beneath you and find somebody at the top to anchor and pull yourself up, right? And if you're at the bottom, fear not, you can still make it. Just ensure that you maintain this approach of being responsible, accountable, intelligent, and rational in your approach to things. It's very important. Start with a mentor, father figure, or another respectable male presence in your life. Guys, no pride, no arrogance. Throw your egos away. It won't help you. I kid you not. And when you meet the mentor, do not abuse them nor their time. Don't take them for granted because you need them. And be careful not to be exploited as well. So have reasonable trust, work on it, develop reasonable transparency between you and them, and take it from there. In my next video, I'll be talking about one of the things that is actually characteristics of a full-fledged man, a seasoned man, and how we can actually develop on that. I'll elaborate on that further. But I wish to close with this. When we were made leaders, we were not given crowns. We were given the responsibility to bring out the best in others. Jack Welch. And that is who we are as men. Remember, each one, take one. This is our space. Feel free to reach out to me via email, and please follow my Instagram account. Subscribe, like, share. But until then, when I drop my next video, stay rare. Peace.